Do you ever have those times when things go not as you want them to, kind of bad? Or, hey, here's one. You have some bad customer service. You're not treated really well at a hotel, or the restaurant didn't serve the food right, or maybe an airline or something like that. Hi, I'm Terry Brock, and I work with people around the world doing a lot of coaching, marketing, technology, training, and showing people what to do. And I want to share with you a little secret that can help you get ahead in business and in life and relations, and that I found to be kind of uncanny and remarkable. I've been a professional speaker for, oh gee, how long? About 36, 37 years now. A long time doing, but I feel like I'm just getting started. And that's good. I often like to tell people I'm in second week of kindergarten, heading for a PhD. So I've got a lot to learn, a long way to go. But I have picked up on a few things here and there. I want to share one of these with you today. I've seen it a lot with friends of mine that sometimes start complaining about what happened to them. Oh, the airline treated them bad. And it is a legitimate thing. They had to sit in the airport for a bazillion years, it seems like. The food was terrible, or what, they went to a restaurant and the service was bad, or went to a hotel and it was just really bad. And they want to go on and on and on and on and on about their time they had at the airport or at the hotel and how bad it was last week. You know, here's a way that you can take a situation like that and turn it around for you and to your advantage. Think about it. Think of the people that go on Facebook and they're complaining about this, complaining about that. What happens in the human brain? We start associating that person with negativity. We start associating someone with a negative a frame of mind. And you know, when you think about it, step back. How many really famous people you know that are in social media, they're on different places, they have their own blog or maybe their own podcast, something like that. How often do you hear them go on and on and on incessantly about a bad experience they had? Not very often. Matter of fact, hardly ever. I heard a podcast recently by my buddy Jeff Hazlett. Hi, Jeff. Hope you're doing well if you're watching this. And he said something I thought was so outstanding. He said, don't go negative on those things that happen to you, because he has had many sponsors through the years, different airline companies, different luggage shops and places like Toomey, I think, have supported him, United Airlines, etc. And he said, if you go negative when something's bad, companies remember that. And they think, if that person went negative there, they might go negative here. And so a competitive advantage you can get is to not go negative. Now, by negative, I don't mean you say, oh yeah, it was a bad flight. Okay, that's it. Or, yeah, the meal was really bad. Or if you got something terrible like food poisoning. I've had friends that have happened to them. They got food poisoning at a restaurant or something. Well, hey, we need to know about that. But don't go on and on and on about it, because frankly, when you get down to it, we really don't care. We really don't. We got our own problems. We don't want to see that you had this problem with the airline. You had this problem with the airline. Well, okay, we get it. And there's people that say, well, they had a bad experience with a given airline. And I think, hey, I'm just going to remember that. And I don't fly that airline. And there are some airlines I just say, I am not going to fly them at all. I will go some other way. I will find some other way around it. I mean, it would have to be that cold day in hell that they used to talk about when I would fly that airline, or I would go to that restaurant, or do something with that particular group. However, you've got an advantage. If instead of going negative, you stay resiliently positive and you stay resiliently objective. Now, again, I'm not saying you'd never say anything bad like, oh yeah, that was a bad meal, or yeah, that was had a bad flight or something like that. Okay, that's cool. Very short. Very matter of fact, you address it and then you move on. But largely, you stay realistically positive, or I should say, positively realistic. You're a realist. You look at what's going on. Yeah, you're aware of what's happening in the world. But at the same time, you also realize that the good is really winning out. We're a hell of a lot better now than we were, say, 1,000 years ago. Look at the famines they had, the starvation, the wars. It was terrible. I mean, we think we got it bad when they don't fluff up the pillows at the Ritz-Carlton for us, as my buddy Mark Sanborn has said so well. Hey, come on, get with the program. It is pretty good. And stop being negative, because then we just associate that with you. Don't go on and on about how bad this is. Think about how many famous people that are really famous, that are really good, that we admire, that just probably go through that too. They probably have bad experience. Something happened to them in the hotel. Something happened to them in the restaurant or whatever. Even if they're famous, these things happen. They don't do it. So that gives you a competitive advantage. You become known. Your reputation is as a person who is positively realistic. You're facing life as it is. You understand it. You're not running out there in a Pollyanna-ish way and just saying, oh yeah, everything's wonderful. No, 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 no. You look at it that way and you figure out a way, how can we make this better? How can we take the situation as it is and turn it around? I've often quoted Teddy Roosevelt, Theodore Roosevelt, 26th President of the United States, when he said, do what you can with what you got right where you are. And I think that's a good philosophy for us. Hey, I want to hear from you. Thanks for visiting. Really appreciate it. Please share this with your friends. Please subscribe if you're getting this on YouTube or elsewhere. Really, really, really look forward to hearing from you and getting your comments. So thanks so much for joining me, and I'll look forward to seeing you a little bit later, okay? Hey, here we go. And I'm turning this off now.